Alright, let's go.
Final Fantasy. This is the equivalent of Disc 2, for those of you who understand PlayStation references. It's, oh yeah, Final Fantasy games totally do stuff like this. So, Wilfred, you are standing in Brigadoon. Mystic Knights have surrendered. Petra pretty much talked him into it. You know, this was the day their might failed, and it was because the Albed logic, or the logic of an Albed. Hilarious. So, Josephi enters the tower, and your path to her is cut off by holy swordsmen that leap down from the deck of the questing beast. They are Guinevere's personal handmaidens, and they're nasty pieces of work, but they don't matter anymore at all. There's an explosion of flame that erupts from the top of the Pharos, and everything goes tense for a second, and then there's almost a weird pulse that happens after that. You know, mystics can feel that sort of thing. It's almost like a heartbeat that ripples across all of time and space. It's like a boom, boom. It's just this awareness of something bad, right? Atlantes, inside Petra, asks her, "Oh, it's happening again. Do you have any last regrets?" And you don't know what she answers. But you don't actually hear him say that, but it happens because you're all a little bit more aware of Atlantes, or you will be soon. Out the top of the Pharos, shortly after the flame and the heartbeat, comes Josephi, but she's flying, and she's holding a bifurcated polearm that you've never seen before. She stops in midair, throws the spear towards the Pharos. The spear doesn't even get halfway to its target, and Josephi does like a sort of half spin as she drops towards the ground, but as she falls, she sort of just like folds into like electricity and is gone. It's like she just. It looks like when you were Wilfred, you were high up. You know, you were seeing the electromagnetic properties of everything. You know, it's like she goes crack and just split. And then this. That's it.
This being the picture that we can see in front of us?
Yes.
So I am on the plane of light, or so to speak.
Yeah. You don't know who you are right now. You're struggling with it. All right. You can figure out who is who by who you can control. Oh wait, I was supposed to let you figure that out on your own. Sorry.
Yes, okay. I can control the ice blue and gold esper.
I can also control the ice blue. Seems more like a purple to me, but okay.
Yeah, it's a lazy ice blue.
I'm assuming that one is Malleador, the blue one is Petra, and the gold one is me.
All right. The ice blue one, is it Petra? Or okay, the gold one. All right. So the gold one is definitely Wilfred. You're sure? You're sure you're Wilfred? All right. Open up the options on it and see if you're correct.
It says gold. It says gold esper.
Oh, you can't see it's Oh, I guess you can't see that. Well, you are correct, sir. Your name is Wilfred Dion. You remembered yourself quite well. The blue one says, I ain't Petra.
Well, if it's that voice, then I imagine it's Goose. Oh, so this is Atlantis.
So who's that? That one doesn't speak.
You mean the ice blue one?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to understand your language. It just broods,
Well,
but it does
I take the small amount of time that I try to understand the language and speak to it in the northern tongue, because I recognize it from the time I've spent with Skari Namna.
It replies, Igawa Skartek.
Yep.
Atlantes says, well, that was unusual.
What was?
This is your first deification. Both of yours, probably. Not my first. Doesn't usually happen now. Usually happens much, much later. I'll just say Petra and I have been doing this for a while. But in order for you to understand what that means and why I can't necessarily tell you who or what I am, you have to understand that. Every time I was deificated, I became someone else. I am not even he. I am just the cool one.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Deificated? Is that what you said?
You are deificated now. You are a god.
I'm what?
You are an esper. You were made into an esper when the timeline when the timeline dispersed or ended or whatever, in the next timeline you will get to be your esper. You are an esper now, so you can. So when the water crystal resets again, you can go back. It's like a carnival ride. I mean, like,
This is you're telling me a lot of things.
Every 5,000 years or so, yeah, the world ends.
Hi.
And every time I go and I have adventure.
Before? I don't remember.
It's hard to keep track. No, this is your first.
Uh-huh. So I'm a god now.
Yes. In a sense. And that
I look around with my non-existent eyes.
He goes, oh no, he goes, you think it's funny? All right. Now I'm going to tell you to do something. And when I tell you to do it, I just want you to do it and not think how you're doing it. So basically do make a wisdom check.
Uh-huh.
He says, I want you to expand perfectly and crystallize.
Oof.
That ain't no way.
Oof. It's an impressive wisdom modifier, though.
Well, I tried.
Wait a second.
You're thinking too hard. Just do it.
Yeah, basically, Skartek, try. Skartek is functionally Northman.
All right.
He tried.
Atlanti says, all right, watch me. Something's actually beyond. His old one disappears, and where Atlantis was, crystal, material, like his orb expands, and you realize that in the state you guys are in right now, you're not actually visible. So first, what happens is he becomes visible, and you can tell the difference. Like you can tell the difference between when you're seeing something that is invisible, and something that is visible. There's a distinction now, and so what he does is he expands perfectly, and drawing in light particles, and becomes energy, and then materials from the ground around him. He just starts pulling them up, and they form into like this crystalline structure. And he says, now that you've seen it, try again. Attempt it again. A wisdom check with a +4 bonus.
All right.
What you've just done is you have created a body. These are our bodies here, Wilfred. And ScarTech figures it out. You can also use a craft check in the future. Like you can use a craft check into your Esper body, and anything you can you can use any skill to argue to build a body for. But these are the default ones that Espers recognize. If we should come across any other Espers, these are these mean we're new, sort of, or
They're your name tags.
We'll get left alone.
Right.
So what happened was, as basically we are energy, and we are indestructible, and we were in a version of this world that sort of exists simultaneously, but in our future, in another dimension, but also like this one, with the primary difference being there is no elemental water in the world you reside in right now.
I can see that.
The world that we once lived in, which has gone through many names. Sometimes it's called Bragnus, sometimes it's called the Lakelands. It keeps changing because it's never, well, it's usually mostly the same, but sometimes it's off just a little bit. And this last time, it ended much, much earlier than it was supposed to.
Ended. What do you mean
Yeah.
it just ended? It's an entire planet. What are you talking about?
It's a world. Well, no, see, it's not an entire planet. It's a planet is just the light. All of existence is just like spreading of light. Like why matter can't travel as fast as light? Because when matter speeds up to the speed of light, it becomes light, and vice versa. Where do you think matter comes from? Light slowing down, sort of. As it slows down, it becomes worlds, but something interrupted the process, or something, because the world never forms right. It just like, basically, the worlds never form. They're sort of all together yet separate. But the last one, the water one, occurs with such the time dilation, because the actual like density of holy the holy element is how we perceive time. So it's like really, really dense where it radiates from, but it's very sparse out where the water world was, which means that you guys have the most amount of time, and that time keeps repeating itself over and over again because it reaches a point and somebody breaks the water crystal. See, as the light stops, it becomes a crystal, and we don't know why it does this. It doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of theories as to what we're supposed to do, but it's not ever really been my business, other than I have fun with it. I'm a spectator. I'm a blue mage. Unfortunately, I'm not the only me who does this, but we can talk about that when it matters. The important thing is that when the crystal of water was destroyed by our dear friend Josephi, or should I say, the Red, I should have saw that coming, but Esclados was really cool. Like, damn, he played me. I thought, seriously, I thought Esclados was like a 16-year-old boy. I thought he was named after Esclados.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So
Escados was really cool. He never offered me drugs or anything. I can appreciate that straight edge kind of guy.
Atlantis goes, oh crap, I forgot to tell you how things work here. And as soon as basically there's like a crack, and space opens up, and then like you see like a little twister of like heat like whip up out of the ground, and then it pulls the heat out of the area so fast it crystallizes, it turns to ice, and then like suddenly, as if by magic appearing atop it,
the man of the hour.
Atlantis says, if you say somebody's name here, or even sometimes if basically anything you say here is basically you're making a shape out of sound. And because time, it doesn't say that like somebody can choose to hear whatever they want from anywhere easily, because we're not relying on actual hearing, because we are made out of energy, so we're sort of all connected. So like anybody can hear anything they want, and everybody hears their name.
You talk to Petra about this sort of things. I bet she'd love to hear you drone on about it. But so what now? We're just hanging out in this world full of light. What happened to
Esclados examines you. What are you doing here? This is the middle of nowhere.
I'd also love to know
fools.
why I'm here.
No, like Atlantis, like no. She wants to know why we're here. On your world, this is the middle of the ocean.
Call him a fucking nerd.
Shh.
Esclados, it's me, Atlantis. Esclados like, ha! Oh, well, I planned a little bit better than you, didn't I? I bet you had no idea I was the one up to this. I've seen you before. You ship rat. Accomplishing, all the things you've gained just because of me. How many bodies do you have? You have Bedwear, that girl's father. That's all you can think of. I'm the greatest hero who's ever lived. And what are you? You're not even alive. Keep in mind, she literally can't kill you. I mean, there's nothing she can do to hurt any of you. Well, she can destroy your new bodies. Wilfer, is there anything you want to ask her?
Call her a fucking nerd.
Is it Esclados or is it Joseph?
It looks just like Josephi, but it's like the voice is the voice is the same voice box, but a different intonation.
Uh-huh. Well, the ice thing is new.
No, it's still heat. She pulls the heat out of things and it freezes, but she uses the
She's never done it before, though.
No, yeah, that's what Esclados does, because you can't get fire. Basically, it's easier to when you're traveling, the way Esclados does. It's easier to take heat from things than expect it to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Magic doesn't always work the same way it does in the far planes. And Esclados is a far plane, you know. We got him explorer. And this is Esclados' favorite body.
Right. So you keep mentioning things about how the worlds are incomplete and how we're on another world or something, but how did we get here? And what happened to the one we were on?
Well, like I said, your information, light, is what
Yes.
Atlantis says. And Esclados over there says, but I am not. But that world ceased to exist. It basically, I destroyed your physical world. I, in my physical body, moved to this world before yours ended, or I would have ended up just like you, floating around made out of dirt.
Damn, he just called you dirt.
But because the planets are the same size, she nods up, and you see up, and she says, we're on the ocean floor. The turtle is up there. That's why you're here, because your world used to be here, but somewhere else. And then it, got erased, and now you're in the next available world, in the same spot, wondering what the hell is going on, looking like a lawn ornament.
So we're fine. You're fine. What happened to everyone else?
It's not necessarily correct to say they died. It's more like, if you, shine a light on something.
Oh, you're definitely not Josephi. She's
Each
too
time-
stupid to talk about anything like this.
Each time you shine a ray of light, it's largely the same as the light, correct? Largely. The difference is people from this world came to the next world, the water world, and figured out they could make permanent bodies, living bodies of, life. Technically, this world is life itself, but animation. So the world with the most amount of time to do stuff in, the people, I dare to call it people, the espers, the gods, would go there and, just they set up civilization, they set up culture, whatever. Good on it. But then the ones who, most of them forgot about it because, I guess, I don't know exactly the process. I've never been there, but I do know that the gods made the mistake of letting this beautiful, endless, romantic, this reality. It was just a fairy tale. And then the gods, God damn it, they let the king know they existed. They had to test him. They saw this great conqueror, and they were like, why don't we return as the gods and set forth challenges before a champion? And all they did was give him a bigger, badder target. Do you know who the strongest warrior in the world was? Me.
Was.
The Red
Past
Knight
tense.
is the strongest warrior there is. If you kill the Red Knight, you take the Red Knight's armor. That king defeated me, and he left my armor to lay there. I took my Philarica, and I shattered the water crystal. But those damn knights didn't forget. So we've been doing this ever since.
You just keep shattering the water crystal because what, you lost?
Because I've already done it so many times and nothing matters. The only thing I care about is the game. One of us will eventually destroy the other. The thing is, I don't even know if he knows I exist.
Well, you've got a fancy body now. Why don't you just go and ask? And you can't do that. You
That's what I need. That's what I need you
destroyed
for.
you destroyed the other world. He's not there anymore,
That's
is
what
he?
I need. It'll come back. You can already see it up there in the sky forming.
And you, greatest warrior there ever was, needs my help? For what?
Where is the king? I know you can find a way to find out.
A bold assumption?
Call your Eidolon. Make him answer my question. I promise I will find a way. I will go back to the next world, and I'll kill you when you're a baby.
Oh.
You tell me what I want to know, and I don't ever need to see you again.
Well, see, you're mistaken
Atlantis.
about that, actually. Even if I did tell you and you ran off somewhere, I'd find you again. Because you took something important.
I took what I made. Nobody was using that kid. I made her the greatest hero the world has ever known. And she doesn't even know what's going on inside. She honestly thinks she's coming back.
Hmm.
She doesn't even know this is taking time. And so even if you do get her back, like, you'll have a hell of an explanation. But I mean, like, that's why I went ahead and burned every book in the planet at one point. I mean, it was just like easier that way. Man, this is a weird, strange world, isn't it? This is where we all come from. You see that thing over there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised there's one sitting here.
Oh, enlighten me. What is it?
It's an Esper, like, armor. It's armor for an Esper. Atlantis, I bet you've worn one, you sly dog. He's like, how is old M anyway? Old Merlin the magician. Atlantis is like, screw you. So he is real. That's what I always thought Merlin and the king were a myth. Well, if you're sensitive about it, I must have poked something right. But luckily, I don't really care because if the rumors are true, he's no danger to. Call your Eidolon, or I will do something bad. I don't want to think about it. I'm a hero.
Oh. I thought heroes did heroic things.
Yeah, like fight villains, and you are on the other side of a hero. That means you're a villain. That's how it works.
Oh. So if I don't just wholeheartedly agree with everything that you feel and stand for, I'm a villain. Is that right?
Well, a villain is defined as someone who is wont to be removed from a society. And since everyone was removed but me, you're all villains.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter. You'll live again. You're alive right now, probably. Don't you see? I've given you a gift. Go have fun.
I was having fun.
Well, you can have the same fun again. You're a smart guy. Figure it out. Atlantis, I bet you'd love to get another whack. Is it true you killed yourself? Atlanta doesn't reply. Famed Go-Go Zozo or famed Mimic. You were like, let's get revenge on that guy. And you didn't even remember. That's the problem with all this deification nonsense. That's why there's not multiple me's going around. I'd never let that happen. Merlin was insane. There's this whole friggin' continuity is littered with his offspring. I tell you, if there's a real villain in all this, it's that one. Because if it weren't for him, the king never would have did any of this. Or whatever he's done. For the last time, Wilfred.
Well, why don't we have a compromise here? Your goal is to kill the king. Is that it? Is that the
My
long and
goal
short of it?
is to defeat the king. I've killed the king before, and he's killed me.
Right.
This time he didn't come back. Where is he? But he's still here.
So you're going to defeat the king, and if you defeat the king, then what? You just wait for the water crystal to foam back up so you can break it again and defeat him again? Is that how this works?
This is the sort of plan that requires you to destroy the world multiple times and spend literal ages in the company of teenagers. Do you think there's even one spark of my imagination available to think about what happens afterwards? This is the greatest endeavor. I may never let it end.
If you defeat the king, are you going to need Giuseppe's body anymore?
You should really stop considering this Giuseppe's body.
I'll consider it what I want to consider it.
Well, but you're wrong. This is just like what you are.
What, just a puppet for you?
No,
personally?
not even a puppet. It's...
What is it then? You seem to know everything. Explain it to me.
It's a ride. Yeah, and you can stand and act that way, but like wait till you've been the way you are for 7,000-8,000 years. Let's see you get all high and mighty. Even Atlantes there was thinking about taking over Petra, I could tell. You know, and they supposedly been doing this over and over. But she doesn't know that. Does he even tell her anything? I mean, like, does he just, you know, have every one of her critical hits memorized and then pretends like he's giving them to her?
I wouldn't know. I also don't know anything about my future self. I can only make decisions based on who I am here and now. And right now.
No, actually,
I don't seem...
No, the you right here, right now is everywhere. I mean, you're forever now, buddy.
It's a matter of phrasing, my very red, arrogant friend.
You see, that's why I go with the red. That's why I am what I am. Because when the world doesn't matter and the world will just forget and remember again, I make it remember. I save the world.
So let's say I don't cooperate, and you kill me, go shatter the water crystal again, to reset the world, and the king's still not there. Then what?
If you help me, it could be one less time I have to reset this stupid.
Oh, well, we're going to be around for eternity, and you want the ride to never end, so what's it matter how many times you reset it? I
I
don't get
don't.
you. I cannot
When you do,
fathom.
when you've been on the ride for 10,000 years, you forget that it can end, but you can only go in one direction.
Well, I don't want it to last that long. Living forever sounds dreadfully boring.
What am I supposed to do then? Die?
All life ends eventually.
No, it doesn't. You just forget, but you won't. Well, I guess you can if you know how, if you learn how. A lot of us do, but I was only ever one thing. And if I forget being that one thing, like, what is that? Like, I can be the greatest thing ever, or I can be nothing. Atlantis goes, I would argue the king is greater than you. I mean, he won. I mean, like, to me, it seems like you're just kind of like, trying to cover up your loss,
Throwing a tantrum like a child.
right? I mean, like, I'm the altruistic one of the bunch. I'm not like, the bedweer, but I have to say, you're crazy. You just have no idea what you're doing, and this is the dumbest, dumbest, dumbest thing I've ever heard of anyone ever do. I mean, like, really?
I
Like,
second that notion.
so here's the deal. I'm kind of really powerful, and I have
Right.
magic, and
Right.
he has magic, and like, I can sort of like cast spells here, and whereas the three of us can't die, you very, very much can die, and you're willing to you're willing to wager whether, I mean, I don't know what your side is going to be. I mean, yeah, sure, go get us in the future, whatever. But that's not going to stop us from killing you right here and now with your very killable human body. And if you think Wilfred's affinity for her is enough to stop me from disintegrating you or something,
I don't like that idea.
I don't
I
like
mean,
the idea we're in disembodied Josephi was.
what level is Josephi? What level? She's like 10th level, right?
11th.
11th level.
200 HP.
Atlantis could kill her in 2 turns. Goblin Punch, level 5 death. Right, is it Goblin Punch? I think it's Goblin Punch and it lowers your level.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's what Blue Mages do. They take monster abilities that shouldn't go together and put them together. Like, so like Atlantis like can one-shot punch just about anybody. He didn't know though the Go-Go Zozo was another de-affected version of Merlin.
Oh.
Merlin is like Xehanort. He's got like a billion versions. All right, so Wilfred, you know Holy Magic, right?
I do.
Hit her with the biggest lightning bolt you can think of. Just seriously seriously, you see that lightning there? It's a
Yeah.
stick laying on the ground. Grab it and throw it at her.
Don't do it.
All right. Oh, he's gonna have to make. Well, she's gonna have to make a save because, well, if The old world is rebuilding anyway. Josephi is going to come back. Or should, from what I understand. And, well...
All right. Hit Josephi with the biggest fucking lightning bolt you can.
You want me to roll an actual spell, or you just want me to grab the very fabric of time and smite her?
I'm saying is like, well, the biggest thing you could think to do would be what would be in a spell. So like, sorry, I'm doing a bunch of. I gotta do a thing. A second, I gotta import a sprite real fast. I forgot to do it earlier. I need it for this possibly. There we go. All right. I'm gonna look up spells real fast. Actually, I'm just gonna say 20d6. Just throw a 20d6 lightning bolt at her and have a. Christian, would you do a reflex save?
Sure. Am I buffed?
No, because Esclados wasn't anticipating fighting at all because they're just espers.
Okay.
But like all conflicts, Josephi rushes into them.
Alright, well. Here it goes. That's definitely not enough to save.
All right. Then Atlantis says, if that's not enough to convince you to leave, I can do this.
Hey, look at that.
And actually, what it is he takes the armor, like moves over and like gets in the armor, and then
leaves another version of himself behind.
Yeah, right. There's no way to like animate this. Esclata says, I could just summon my Eidolon and use him to tear all of you apart. Oh. And Atlantis says, oh yeah? And who would your Eidolon be right now?
I'm going to be honest. Ifrit's quite menacing, but I feel like Josephi is stronger than that. Not that you'd bother to pay attention, of course.
What do you want? Summon your Eidolon. What do you want? I need you to do it. What do you want?
You need? Oh.
I'm not giving you this body. Just go get another one.
Oh, but why not? What's so important about that one? To you?
What's so important about your friend Josephi being me, being who she was? Now, in the new timeline, she's whoever she was supposed to be, and not the child that I kidnapped when they were 4. How about that?
Who somebody could have been. Is not what's important.
Yeah, but she's who she was supposed to be now, not the one that's mutually or exclusive
That's
to
not
you.
the Josephi that I know. That's a different person.
Yeah? Well, the Josephi you know made bad life decisions.
So did I.
And now she's me.
I also made bad life decisions.
Crack, not even once. You'll become the Red Knight.
Yeah.
I died because I made a bad life decision.
No, you died because your dad killed you.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
I don't know.
You know why he killed you?
Me?
No, because he hated Olivir. And Olivir is knights are forbidden from challenging each other by oath. And the only way Olivir could have stopped Drust from doing it was to fight him. So Drust made him watch. And then Olivir gave up his body to atone for it. You know why? You don't remember the good news?
I guess not.
Olivir remembered in the back of your mind when I talked to him. Yeah. Drust, your father, didn't much care, paladins, and Oliver sought you to be his page. Eventually a squire, eventually a paladin. He wanted you to become a paladin. And the thing about the paladins you don't know, is once called forth, it is ordained by code. So your father's choice is either A, be disgraced, or B, just kill you because he's a knight and he can kill his property. That's the awkward story of you. And now look, you're a bed light. Now, what do you want? I gave you information. I can give you what you need. Just give me what I want. Summon your Eidolon. I'll give you whatever you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just none of you matter. You're just objects in space, taking up my time.
You're just an object in my space, taking up my time.
You're a side quest.
You know, there's an interesting bit about something you said earlier.
Which is?
How something that's removed is a villain. Well, you're the only one with a real physical body here. So from where I see it, you're the villain.
No.
And I'm the villain. So no, I am not going to tell you what you want. Because I don't make deals with villains. Now give me my friend, or you can shove up.
The misfortune in all this really is that what you see, I am just in a better unit. You're doing the same thing to the same thing. It's just this one is adaptable. It's engineered by nature itself. I mean, it would take an Esper a million years to put all that together. It's not different. She's not your friend.
Why is that?
Like, there is no you. There's no her. It's just noise in space. And if you're not the loudest noise, you don't matter. I'm saying you are holding up the future of the world. Don't become a bad guy in my story, or I will find a way to get it.
If you're not the loudest thing, you don't matter, eh? Would you like to know what's very, very loud? Deafens everything around it. A lightning bolt.
All right. She actually does her ability to move again, and teleports away. However, Atlanti, that's still a 28. No, 28. Using real math, Atlanti says a 25. That was knowledge arcane. Blue magic.
Mm-hmm.
When Escudos folded, Atlanti stole it.
Aye.
Atlantis turns to the others, laughing. Good job. I didn't know if he totally probably could have figured out a way to kill all of us, right? Like we could have fought him off, but I mean, he could have left and come back. Or there's plenty of ways to get rid of Espers, right? I mean, he could have just destroyed our bodies, and then we would have been, he just sat there, just crushed them as we go. It doesn't matter. Point being is that we were trying to make him flee the way he came. You know why? Because that's supernatural power.
And you stole it, I take it?
I learned it. And plus, I'm stronger in my caster ability, so I know how to do it better now, too.
I take it that's good news?
Well, I think it's time that we talk about what's going to happen.
Yes, I would love to know about that, actually.
Our story does not stop. Esclados We were on to something really good. We were saving the world. There's something still wrong. You need to summon your Esper or your Eidolon, or at least have you any guidance. We were trying to get the crystals. Why? Why do we need where the light stopped?
Fine. I don't even know if he's here,
Of course he's
but
here.
fine.
This is where he's from.
I don't know these things. Listen, today's been a day.
Right.
I found out a very,
No, today hasn't been a day. Literally.
oh my gosh, you fucking immortal espers don't understand. Just, oh. You know what, forget it. Rama, are you here? I hope so. Spare me, please.
Yeah, give me a second. Uploading the Rama. Putting him in the background. Putting him in a good spot. That looks cool. Sending him to the layer. Oh, he's already there. All right. So, Rama appears in a clash of thunder. Now, nobody say you know whose name.
Yes.
Because, navigating back to this position from any other position here, good luck. So
Well,
Rama appears.
I don't think we have to worry about that one, because I sort of metaphysically gesture at Skartek. He can't speak anyway. Well, he can.
Well, Skartek does speak your language. He just
Never mind.
He just wasn't. He just wasn't speaking your language until you started speaking his, and then he acknowledged.
Anyway.
All right. So, Rama materializes and says, "Oh,
hello, Rama.
It is Wilfred, noble
Yes.
Esper, recipient of my power.
Holder of big dick energy.
Yeah.
Wilfred, how may I assist you?
Well, he's like, now that he's summoned, he's like distracted. He looks out and he goes, "Where is all the life stream?"
We're not on my original world anymore.
No, you misunderstand. I understand where we are. Do you not recognize it? Of course, have you not been here?
Everyone assumes I know lots of things. I don't.
That darkness in the sky should not be. That is what you're saying is like that's not sky necessarily. That's like what is it? Crap. What was the elemental light called again?
Wouldn't that just be entropy?
Aether. Aether. It's pure aether. That is the life stream. This is the aquifer to the lakes of your world, our sky. There should be no darkness here.
All right. Isn't there darkness everywhere when the sun goes down? I don't...
The sun doesn't go down. You don't understand. This is... Ramu says, I am an existence who lives in the energy of all things. I can only... Observing things and relating them through the point of view of one such as you is only possible when I merge with you. As I have done. So in order to explain this to you simply, in words that you can understand,
You
the life
have
story,
to.
the life stream is the energy that accumulates, that basically caused the is the byproduct of I guess the breakdown of light into elements, right? It's the lightning element. It's where life itself originates from it. Life stream is just saturated. It's electrically charged particles, um, that form consciousness, and they can animate things. And the atmosphere here is like all you espers are made of it until you bond with something else. So it's like, it's the pulse of life that animates things, and it all comes from here. And that's what fuels all the life in the world above. And the life stream is in effect, the holy element crossing over its own path, because it's all made all over the paths of its subsequent elements. It has reactions, and that causes the cool stuff that happens to happen. In which case, this is like holy and lightning, holy shit, life and water, and the result of the live stream up there was the next world having its lakes, right?
Right.
What is happening up there now? What's going to happen this time? Just don't think of it as necessarily a new world. It's another timeline of the same world. It's like it's difficult to wrap your head around, but it's like going to somebody else's house. It's like just like the Hespers. I mean, to Eidolons, it's a whole another timeline. It's the same timeline. It's the same one again. It's just the way it particularly happens may be unique to you, but to them it doesn't matter. What I mean, like, most of the timeline is so sealed in stone by Deifact that Espers, there's nothing anyone can do to change it. There's only very small windows of control, you know. Um, Ramu says, "Do you still seek to complete your task? Would you return to your original task?" As if, because you must understand, like, your world isn't gone. Your world is there. And any differences in it are just obstacles. It is still your world. It is still your fate. It is still all of it, all of our fates. You can go back and ensure and make it, and your quest to get the crystals must be maintained in the next world, and must continue in the next world. And I see before me the agency to do this.
I am ready to continue, that is.
All right.
I found out something a few
And
moments
that
ago,
is?
Ramu.
Yes.
I found out what I was meant to do. It was be a paladin. Somebody who stands for good and defends those who
No,
cannot defend themselves.
but that is not what a paladin Olivir did. That is not what the paladins did. The paladins obey the law and order and let you die. You've been a paladin.
I don't think so. I think the only real paladin was Oliver.
No,
He was
I
the only
think
one who stood for
no, you and only you will be able to tell the world what the only real paladin is.
No.
The paladins that exist are not to be judged, as you will be you'll invent the paladin this time around. But So this is the path you wish to take. I can read the scripts. Like I can foresee the path. I know where to put. I can insert you in your own time stream. Well, I can insert you. I can tell you where it is. And Atlantis says, pretty much we're at equal points to all of the other world from here because they accelerate around each other. So next time we're in orbit of that world, which won't be too long, I will use that little nifty move Esclados just betrayed to us. And when Ramu locates the exact coordinates he's talking about, I can blink you over. But I've got some unfinished business of my own. So I hope it's not, So whenever you're ready, time will pass. Like Ramu will Ramu uses the lightning and guides it, and a bolt of lightning like goes off his staff and strikes Atlantes, and he says, "All right, I've got coordinates. I've got four-dimensional coordinates in local space-time." Wow, Esclados can just do this. Who taught her how to do that? Oh, ha! I bet you 20 gil it was me.
How did you forget?
Rama bids you adieu, and he says, Wilfred,
Yes.
I am closer to you now, closer to you here than ever before in this place. And he strikes you with electricity, and uploads a new limit break into your reservoir.
Oh.
Yeah. He bestows you with where's the idle ones? His limit break, is it a judgment bolt?
Yeah.
You may now personally use it as your limit break.
All right.
Yeah, and limit breaks may be improving depending on if I set up a system, but I'm likely going to set up custom macro buttons for everybody's characters with the limit breaks, setting it so that the D6s explode.
All right.
So limit breaks will be useful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is where you're at. Scartech, it seems to be intended to be near you. He's just going to follow you for now, okay? Atlantis says, "I'm going to get us through. Or rather, I'm going to get you through. I'm doing something else." Ramu fades away, and Rob, go take a break.
Okay.
Because hold on.
Do you want me to just leave my computer temporarily, or
No, let's all take a break. No, let's all take a break. You're gonna need a break. You're gonna need a break.
Am I?
Let's take a break.
And what? Okay, so basically, when Esclados did it, it was like a quick spark, right? And when Atlantis does it, he said, what Esclados does is put her or knock herself out of sync with the flow of time for a second, and basically just like hang still until she gets here. It's very lazy, but it won't work any deeper than here because it's it basically she just turns off that world and falls into this one back and forth. What I've done is I use that to connect to the other side, and then I use dark elemental to open a fissure.
Well,
yeah.
Whatever you're doing, what was that?
What you see here?
What was that phrase that the kids used to say? Beam me up, ladies.
Right? Haha. Atlantis looks over and goes, "That's glorious. That's such a glorious hole. I know exactly what to." A time gate.
No, a glory hole.
All right. Well, there's no need to be here anymore. Let's go.
All right, turn off your microphone and sound. I need to say something to Christian.
Oh boy.
You want me to? I will deafen myself temporarily. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Dibba-dibba-dibba-doo. 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 Hmm. All right, I have a turn.
Hello,
All right,
Rob.
Rob. All right, Rob.
Yeah.
This bud's for you.
All right.
You come out above a lake. You're
Not to interrupt
real.
you, Wes, but I think there's music playing, and I cannot hear it, so I think I have to refresh my Roll20 for a moment.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I figured there would be a music change or something, and
It's a good music change.
Just wanted to make sure.
You see, Christian?
Ooh.
Isn't this fucking epic?
Ooh.
You realize what you can do now, right?
I can
change history.
Beast or Drust. I can't do a goddamn thing. I'm not anywhere near here.
Oh, Skartek can.
Oh.
Olivir's a paladin. He's forbidden to fight Drust. Skartek's a goddamn sword bastard. And Wilfred is right next to his own body. And he's a 10th level white mage.
Yes, he is.
With the youth template.
Rob's...
Sure would be great if I heard fucking anything.
You can't hear the music?
I cannot.
Rob, please go to YouTube.
Oh,
I
sorry.
know. I know what it is. It's from Maiden of
Oh.
Myths. I'm sure it's lovely and very suited to the scene that's happening. But
Mhm.
can you hear it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because of certain outcomes I'm reassigning the sentimentality of this song.
Okay, now I hear it.
Which means it's no longer going to be associated with something else. This is now Wilfred's music. Not Wilfred's, but it's
I know what you mean. All right.
Wilfred.
Yep.
Time to save the day. Are you going to do it? Are you going to fight him? You could go right back into your body and deify right now. And that little boy will be a 10th level white mage. He will be you. And while Olivir won't fight Sir Droost, Olivir was already willing to give his body over to an Esper before. So now Olivir is operating on Northman stats. Wilfred, change history. Destroy Sir Droost right here and right now.
Also, give me... I think I can play as... Yes. Rob, you ready to change history?
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Also, okay. I was
Nor-
gonna say, you better
Olivir,
loot that fucking music.
yeah, Olivir operates purely on Northman stats.
Do I have to talk in Northmanese?
Startek doesn't speak hardly at all. And this is Skartek. Skartek was
I
on
feel like it
Northman's
should be
sword.
full HP.
Yeah.
The young template does lose 4 strength and 4 con, but you gain 4 dex.
Oh, and Atlantes didn't actually. He goes back through the portal, and calls down to you. We will see. I will see you again, my friends. Let's save the world together.
Minus 4 strength and con plus how much dex?
4.
4. Or no, let me look it up. It might be 2 strength and dex, or 2 strength and con.
All right. As you guys commit to the battle with Sir Droost, the fades away above, sealing you to your fate. This just happened, guys.
Alright. Rob, what's a good way to play Northman?
Hit him really hard.
I feel like that's the idea.
Skartek is, Ice Finder. That's a good way of saying, death. So, wait till remember, Northman doesn't rush in. He waits till the opportunity to rush in. I mean, Northman tries to kill, just like Bogdamagus. He doesn't, waste his efforts fighting and wheeling things down. He's a goddamn sword master. He's a death dealer. So,
Alright.
he can keep Droost at bay.
Counterpoint.
But he's not going to attack full on until,
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
This isn't Northman.
Yeah, this is
Skartek.
Yeah, and Skartek just
Motherfucker
sort of,
died fighting a giant dragon.
Yep.
So I have a feeling he's a little bit more haughty.
Possibly.
Go for it. The only difference is it's a different sword, but give me a second. This is a big. Oh, please let me.
Rob,
Yeah.
Skartek walks over, puts his hand on your shoulder, and nods to you. War cry. +2 to hit and damage, and +2 dodge bonus.
All right. The sword right now. I'm not gonna. It's the sword gives you auto protect, and it's +5 to hit for now, or +4 to hit. Okay, this is it.
Okay.
That is your sword. Over there.
All right, Rob. You've been war cried, and shit. Does he have the fun feat called combat expertise? He might not.
He's a goddamn fighter. He can have whatever feat he wants.
Yep.
You're right. He does have that. God, how much does martial flexibility go for? Is that
Currently, he can
2 feats?
as a movement action. Currently, he can activate 3.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
He's gonna take. Oh God, let me.
So, was it 4 or was it 2 for the young archetype
It-
position?
Young template is. God fucking damn it! I'm trying to look up
Because
too many things at
how
once.
much my con gets reduced is sort of important.
Yeah, I know, bub. Okay, so -4 strength and con, +4 dex. And you are considered small sized. So a whopping 3 AC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rough one, but it's helpful.
Change my size to small temporary.
And then I'm gonna look up Swordmaster style, and then I'm probably gonna do all the stuff for that. Swordplay style. Oh yes, I'm going to do that and fight defensively. So I have all swordplay style feats.
Nice.
Swordmaster is a an archetype of Sword Saint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you know which one you're looking at.
Yeah, no, I'm looking up the style feats.
All right, Lit. I don't need to worry about it. You're the one pilot. I don't need.
I
to
can
worry
do
about it.
I can do full style feats.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take this guy down, guys.
All right. So it's my turn then.
I believe so. Where is it?
All right.
Which initiative is yeah. Oliver goes first. It's Oliver's turn. Oh, he did
Yeah,
work
I did all that. That's everything that I just
Yeah.
did.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Well, I guess my max HP and current HP is currently 71 and not 91. So I'll change that temporarily.
Just so you know, if you move within 10 feet of Droost, you take 2 damage.
Hmm.
And if you attack him, you take 1d6 dark damage.
Okay.
Good to know. Well, gonna take a step back. So I have my
He's definitely
Yeah.
vulnerable to holy.
I'm sure. Well, you know, we might as well come out of the gate swinging. I'm gonna dual cast Lightka on him.
It kind of starts to, when you cast Lightka, right, it almost slips out of your hands, is the way to put it, because now your casting is like, you're intelligent about it because you understand what it is, right? And it's almost like you think you can cast Lightka even, it's like Lightka is like halfway to something else. There's something else sleeping like on the path that Lightka follows in terms of magic that like you have no idea what is.
Alright. Well, this gets dropped on him 2 times. And he takes a -4 to both of these saves, since he's getting hit with both of them. DC 16.
Please use spell resistance for me.
Yes, you're right. Let me go find my feats real quick, Because
Well, he doesn't make the saves.
sure
Oof.
doesn't. All right. Spell resistance is just D20 plus my
Your
casting mod.
caster level.
My caster
Level.
Ah, okay.
You do not add casting mods, sadly.
All right. I had to check because I remember doing something with spell resistance, but I added spell resistance or spell pen to Aldrich and not myself. I don't think that makes it. But I would have to make it twice because it's 2 spells.
Yeah. Roll it again.
Damn.
The first one does actually hit.
Well, hot
Nice.
dog.
Give me a second. I'm looking at a thing. I'm just looking at. Let's see, light 2. I'm just looking at the hierarchy of the spells. Of the
Mm-hmm.
What is your highest level spells you can cast fourth?
The highest level spell that I can cast is a 5th level spell.
Okay.
I am so very close to I'm like 10,000 experience away from level 11, which is not that far.
Nice.
So I'm very close to it.
All right. So I was just checking out. Where did light guy go? Damn it! This light was 5th level, or 4th level? It's 4th level. No, it's 5th level.
Lightka is a 5th level spell.
Ah.
Reminds me, I have to subtract my mana.
I've even heard of light guy in a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. All right. So there's a it's your turn. You did that, and you give him his damage. Okay. All right. He's got an annoying ability. Sir Druce does, where he doesn't have high tide, but damage goes off of his limit break before his hit points. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But yeah,
When
that gauges his full.
I have just learned something after looking at.
Oh, and actually, hold
again.
on. He took more damage than that because it was hold on, 76. Actually, that was it. That did all this. That did all of it. It sets up his limit break because it did 150% damage.
Yeah.
So he gets his limit break.
Question.
Yeah.
It turns out that when I use double cast, not only do they have a -4 to the save, I also get a +4 on spell resistance checks, or checks to overcome spell resistance. I don't know if a 17 would do it, but
no, it would not. Good call though.
Yeah.
Good
Only it wasn't a 3.
All right. Under you just cast that, right?
Yes.
Do a spellcraft check.
Spellcraft.
Yeah.
Well, sir, you see, I am a 10th level white mage, and my turn's not open. We're just getting started.
Oh.
As I
Well, I mean, no. I mean, like,
quicken
no. This is no. I'm telling you, after you cast those spells, make a spellcraft check in your head.
Okay.
Very nice. A very long time ago, I told you there's a banning, and it's because I'm making one simple change to it. I'm posting it in a thing. The difference is, its casting time is 1 immediate action.
immediate action.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can only cast Holy when you're in danger.
I'm in danger.
You have to be in danger to cast Holy. So you literally have to be like, in a threat, and you can basically it's Light God becomes Holy when you're in danger.
Mm.
Yeah, it's to protect white mages. Or Holy attacks you and you blast them.
Right, so I roll holy damage. Yeah.
Well, no, like I'm saying, you learn to spell Holy.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
What level spell is that?
4. It's weak as shit though.
Yeah, it's not great.
But
Oh.
Holy's supposed to be the best spell, but I figured by making an immediate action, it's like a teen version of Holy, and 2,
Okay.
it's useful again.
Fair.
Well, that's very good to know, because I will now use the Meta Magic Quicken spell to cast Leica again, and then as my immediate action, cast Ult.
Okay.
Just gonna just fucking fling light.
All right. So
That last one's holy. Gotta make more spellcaster checks. The save on the holy shot would be 25 because it's one lower.
all right. So he gets hit with Light Ga. If it bypasses his SR, that is.
22. That makes it, I believe.
Yep.
And now for the holy spell.
Is that plus
7.
4 though?
No.
It's not on dual cast.
I only got the +4 because of the dual cast ability. So, yeah.
I think, does Holy go through wall deflect? No. All right. So okay, the Light Guy hits. Let's see, 40 hits him hard. He roars.
Man, is that... Oh, right, it used his... it hit his limit break first. Gotcha.
All right. Well, first he is going to strike Olivier. He moves here. You both take 2 damage.
Right.
Is it? He see his outstretched hand like that. He doesn't use his sword. He instead snatches out. It executes a touch attack versus Olivier.
I would like to parry.
Um,
Because that's a thing that I feel like Northman can do.
your combat expertise make a CMB, right? Yeah.
No, it'd be an attack roll versus his attack roll.
Well, no,
But it doesn't
no.
look like...
So-
no. We
It's a
decided a long
CM
time ago. Yeah, we decided a long time
It's
ago
a
that parry was a
CMB
combat,
check.
like in Pathfinder. The final
Oh,
energy
okay.
parry ignores like Pathfinder parry
Okay.
because it literally is a combat maneuver.
Alright. Is this versus his CM?
Yeah.
I assume so.
Oof. Oof. Rolled a 2.
Doesn't parry.
You check reliable
Yeah,
strike. for
reliable.
strength.
Yeah, I'm gonna do reliable.
I
strike.
don't know. I hope that works on CMB checks.
Mm-hmm.
Attack
Sure,
roll, critical, mischance, check.
Don't combat maneuver rolls count as attack rolls?
No,
They
they're
don't.
combat maneuver. Or no, wait, no, they are attacks. They're either, I don't know. I don't think so.
You
They
make
can
an
be used in place of attacks.
Yeah,
so
so
they're
I guess-
basically an attack.
Yeah,
Well-
technically, yeah.
God damn it.
That's so good.
Slightly better.
Not enough. Sorry.
That's fair.
Ah well.
Arm touch. I need you to account for all those things.
All right.
Over.
Touch definitely hits.
22 damage, and then sap, poison, and disease.
All right.
Ugh.
Okay. So fort.
Yep.
Fort. Yeah!
Nice.
Those
All right.
all beat 21.
Good. And now his limit break.
Ah, boy.
Rob, we're changing history.
I'm aware. Turning back the clock.
Are you happy to be in a little boy's body? You can rediscover yourself again with the fear, or not the feeling of dissociation.
Hmm. You know, I feel like
you're gonna be the
setting me
most
up.
annoying 10-year-old.
I feel like you're setting me up to say something that I would regret if it was being recorded currently. So
Rob,
I'm
you know as
not
well as
gonna
I
say
do,
it.
nobody watches.
That's true.
All right. His limit break goes off, right?
Okay. Oh. No.
Swift action.
Okay.
He takes half damage pretty much for the duration.
Alright, cool.
All right. Hold on. Why did I close his sheet? That was dumb. Oh wait, there it is. All right. What else was there? You guys took your damage there. Were those Wilfred? Were those spells ranged touch attacks?
They were not, actually.
Okay.
Leica is an AoE, and Light is a line. Or not Light. Holy is
Holy is a line, yeah.
line attack. And they all go off of saving throws, so no attacks.
Oh, and sadly, also his limit break is now 10.
Sadly.
So now he's got buffer HP again.
Oh.
But the buffer HP, yeah, it's half damage. So yeah, he's got some fake hit points. Get to carving.
That's the idea.
All right, so let's see. That is his turn. Top of the round with Olivier.
Yep.
Skartek kind of gestures for Wilfred to get back. And readies the blade. 1.
Nice.
That hits.
Oh,
Rad.
yeah.
And then on the backswing, this is
Well,
a
let
-5 damage, or -5 to hit. We good to go?
Yeah.
Alright, -5, so 26, probably not very good, but I will reliable strike that. For not much better.
So is it reliable either or?
No, it's the second roll, so 25.
All right. Yeah. So you look at the blue. You got it up there.
Yeah.
Yep. The side effect of this ability is it pretty much, or his when the rate bar fills up, it goes off almost immediately. Actually, it should have gone off immediately. So technically, you did damage. Or no, it's cool. I did it. All right. Is that it, Northman or Olivier? Skartek?
Does a 25 hit Surge Rust?
I mean, it's a 25.
Because that's what I rolled. Why are you asking if something hits Olivier?
Oh, because it did hit him, and I already took it off of his stuff.
Yeah, the first one, the 37.
No, I did both of them. The 30 at the top, and then the 37 I took off of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I thought I was following along. I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that
Both of
third one, completely ignore if the first one hit.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I did that. All right. So anything else?
Nope. That is it.
All right.
Unless he has any cool swift actions, which I don't think he does.
Wilfred.
Alright. Well, I'm going to 5 foot step back here, since Olivier's Hitsu. and we are going to throw haste on him.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, these guys have Dark Knights have some incredible spell resistance. That's like one of their key powers.
I need some water real quick.
Oh crap! I forgot to add a saving throws or critical to saving throws.
I mean, that seems important.
Well, he didn't fail any of the saves by a different. Alright, so what was that? I'm entering a new ability. So, that was Oliver's turn, so we're now, it's Wolford's turn. Are you planning?
Yeah. Well, so the haste is on Oliver, and then we're gonna try something. It's one of the new spells that I got before we landed on Brigadoon. So, as a quicken, I am going to cast this on him. And I need to make a spellcaster check.
Oh. Nice.
What is it?
Yeah, man.
Protect 3.
Oh, yeah. That overcomes his spell resistance, but he still has to make the save.
Yeah. And there's a negates.
Yeah, and it's a DC of 27 because I have spell focus enfeeblement. Yeah.
All right. Well, he's got an
Nice.
18. He's got an 18 will save.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was a
Hey,
good one.
man.
Sorry.
I got a big DC.
Rob, quick.
So
Spend a hero point to make him reroll.
our hero point's active. I don't know if we discussed that yet.
I'm making shit up, Rob. We're changing history. Hero points have always been a thing.
I don't know about that. All right.
All right. So
So that will be my turn.
all right.
Yeah.
Rob, are combo finishers standard actions, or are they just in place of an attack?
They are in place of an attack. I was using my normal attacks, but then Wes asked me to make, specific buttons for combos, so he would also be able to keep track of the combo that was happening.
Well,
So
yeah,
that's
because it's
what I
pretty
did.
damn. It's really cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all, you just use that blade attack in place of a normal attack. Some of them, like Slash, are just normal attacks. Other ones have, other things attached to them.
All right. If you're paying attention, he just gained temporary hit points and concealment.
Concealment. I love it.
And it can't be undone.
So, what is it? Matt. 2 per Dark Knight level. Okay. All right. Give me a second. And so he's got 3 stacks of various hit points. The order goes blue, green, red.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what he does. That's his turn. Oliver.
You are hasted, Takima.
Martial flexibility, blind fight.
That ignore the mischance?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Well, not ignore. I just get to roll twice and take the better.
Cool.
But I can also use reliable attack at the exact same time.
Do it.
All right. So we're gonna hit him with that slash, and I'm gonna say high succeeds.
Yes.
Succeeds.
All right, so you hit him. Maybe the first
Oh,
one.
I gotta roll to hit him.
No.
But he is at -6 AC.
No, he's
He is not. The D-Protect did fail.
Oh.
You should
Well,
rely on
shit.
that one.
Yeah, I should. I feel like I'm gonna. Reliable.
Keep
Fucking
track
god
that
damn
you,
it.
Keep track that you only have a certain number of those. So.
I know.
All right, so you raise his limit
Sure.
rate almost all the way up again.
All right, so the second one hits then, I assume?
Isn't that the same attack? Both of them hit. Are
God
these two attack?
Can you please tell me when they do hit?
Oh yeah, sorry.
What's the number that I'm looking for?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't. I've got a lot of extra numbers. I'll do it from now on. His AC is
All
like
right,
20.
then, okay, so then the second one would actually be, if the first one hits,
Uh-huh.
then the second one is going to be cross slash, and that will deal triple damage.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't do that right. All right. So, all right. His
And I
AC is like 25-ish.
Okay, cool.
It floats around because of various things. All right. So
Okay.
the second one does triple damage. How does that work?
It
just-
is-
I have
you
a button.
executed a combo.
it is cross slash.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say I have a button. So.
But it's going to go off the 34.
Okay.
Because I didn't think that the first slash hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see how that'd be annoying. All right. So it takes 5 sets of his limit break. Hits him with 11 of his temporary hit points. And trust me, getting rid of those temporary hit points is
I think I just did about 120 damage.
30 plus 34 plus 20. Yeah, you took off.
No. 33.
Yeah.
So we'll just multiply that one because that's a straight 99.
Well, he's got DR. And the triple damage one is
So-
the 29 one, right?
No.
Yeah.
Or the 34 one. So that's,
To-
The 34, yes.
Okay.
The combo finisher, it just happens, Christian.
Yeah.
It's not it doesn't take up one of your attacks. It just happens when you finish the combo.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So then it would have been that second slash.
Okay.
Fucking goddamn it, this is awkward.
Yeah.
And I'll just
I'm sorry.
to end further confusion, we'll just end that fight, that move there.
Well, no, it's you've obliterated all of his. Basically, the long story is you get through.
I dealt 123 damage.
Yeah, you get like 123 minus 75. But 123, but 20 points of it was taken off. It was 2 attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that'd be DR for 2 of those. So that's 100 points of damage. So you take out all of his reserve hit points plus 11 of his actual hit points.
You also have a hasted attack.
Yeah. I could technically make one more attack.
Yeah, well, technically, you definitely should.
Yeah, I'll make my next attack. Heavy slash.
Oh shit! You're supposed to be taking 2d6 damage every time you hit him.
All right, I've hit him 4 times.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3 there. 4.
Not always. No.
I'm-
I've only hit you 3 times.
No, in the whole fight though,
4.
you've hit me the other ones. I forgot to charge you.
No, I've hit you 4 times.
What about the last up above you attacked and hit him last round
So
too?
okay.
All I'm saying is all I'm saying is like yeah, you were hitting a bunch of times and
we're getting fucked up by dice rolls.
You still owe me that damage though
And I took 25.
from the. Oh, you just like you got it. Cool, good job.
Mhm.
Yeah, dark damage. All right, so that was older, Wilford.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, this guy's a CR9.
Yeah, it feels like it.
This wasn't supposed to be, you know, this wasn't supposed. This is supposed to be the opposite of what it was
where a level 9 just slaughtered a fucking child.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and you're actually... And Olivir isn't even as strong as Skartek, right?
Well, this is for Olivir.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. It's a cure 3. And then,
Yummy.
you know, why don't we just continue to ignore his, his concealment by firing a line at him. You know.
Yeah, you know.
I don't have all the stuff filled in for this one yet, but I have the important bits.
The fact that it does damage.
It's a reflex, yes. Reflex. Because that's an immediate action. Wow.
So, Cure 3 and then Holy?
Yep.
Alright, so DC 25, reflex save.
Yep. Ah. I will.
It
Dim a
still
damn.
takes 15 points of it. He's got a second limit break, but he's got no more limit breaks, so that ability fizzled out.
Ooh. Yes.
Right, now I'm gonna get to his other limit break.
Then I'm just gonna move over here.
Okay, you're not gonna like this part.
You know, you
I
might
never
not.
do.
Oh shit, he was actually, all that damage you dealt to him was cut in half, too. I
Yeah.
forgot about his limit break.
That's true.
Oh, it's actually not hard to, it's literally, only the last, let's see, because I wasn't having the damage dealt to his, temporary hit points or his limit break thing, because it literally wasn't governed by the same principle. Only was only damage to his health.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was like 105. So yeah, he gets back. All right, so his limit break is
Let's see it, Poppy.
and this is pretty much the extension to the fight. Basically, damage is no longer even a factor in this fight for this reason. Basically, now he can wail on you until you kill him with crit. And, okay, another of those range touch attacks. Alright, so, that's Sir Droost. Let's see, that was, that limit break. That probably, it doesn't say it takes an action. I don't know what to think about that. Well, and then he does, this as a standard action for both of you. Both of you make a reflex save or take 55 damage. Or no, but not Wilfred. Wilfred's out of the way. Or no, it is within 15 feet. Or no, wait, it's different because he's on a large base and he's got speed. That's the range of it.
Okay.
And
So
he takes...
I don't get it.
Nope.
Minus 55. Ouchie. So, would Skartek know what happens when the body in Esper is inhabiting dies?
Yeah, he had it happen one time when he died. Actually, no, he doesn't. Skartek was not aware he was... And neither was Northman aware that his sword had a in it. Like, Skartek pretty much thinks he's, like, he was reincarnated he's being reincarnated as various warriors. He doesn't have an appreciation of the situation. He's like, this is Valhalla or whatever.
I'm just gonna fight until I die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Oliver wants it too, because if he feels Oliver's feelings, Oliver wanted to fight and die, but like Skartik superseded Oliver's vows. And Darkness Unleashed has 1/4, but this one's actually half. Is how I did it. So I thought I changed it.
Well, I took the 51 damage you told me to take.
That is correct. And it was 55.
Oh. Big spender. Oh, no, wait, that checks out. I had 131.
All right. Oh, and you. For every round you've been standing here, you take 2 points.
It is true. I do forget.
That's 6.
Okay.
Well, you're cool. Oliver took 6. All right. So that's Drew's turn. Oliver, top of the round. He can only be slain with a critical hit.
Well, I guess it's a good thing,
For
boy.
amount of time.
It's a good thing you've got a crit range of 16 to 20, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good thing. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty
Keep
good.
in mind, he may block the crit damage, but it doesn't matter because the crit still hits him. So like, if the crit
He'll
knocks him
just
below,
die hard and be staggered.
basically he can't go below 1 hit point unless it's from a crit. But even if the crit doesn't deal bonus damage because of fortification, it's still a critical hit.
It's okay. I just gotta wait for him to deal a little bit more damage, and I won't even give a shit.
You're just gonna play it dangerously.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You know how I am, Bubby.
if you hit him, he deals damage to you. Cough.
Yep. Crag Splitter!
So it is written.
So it shall be! 126 damage for thee! This is just like
50% mischance.
Hold on.
You call high. It missed.
I did call high.
You call high, it hits.
And I still have blind fight.
And well, let's see. So how much is it? It's 43 times 3, which is 120 or
Six.
9.
Yeah, 129.
129. Then it's minus a total of 30 for DR. Or no, not 30. It's only 1 hit. 10 for DR. Let's see if he ignores the fortification. Or rolls under. Was it 75% fortification?
That's bullshit.
Roll
That's
high.
too much fortification.
But it's still critical hit damage, and the critical hit damage is halved. So it's 40. So it's 33 divided by 2. So 17 points of damage. Good crit.
I call bullshit.
I don't.
It'd be a shame if you could swing 2 more times.
Right.
You're right! That'll hit.
All right.
I think
It'll lower him down.
So that would be minus. Okay, so 50% mischance.
That's my damage to me.
You got him.
It is a hit. You hit. All right, so it's 40
No.
minus 10 divided by 2.
So,
15.
yep.
You're chipping away though. Look at that.
Yep, and here's the third strike.
That was really, really close.
All right, hits. 36. 36 divided by 2 is 18.
And then I activate my limit break as a swift action.
He has
for
1 hit
effective
point.
parry.
He has
He
1 hit
has to
point.
roll a natural 20 to hit me.
Cool. All right. Wilfred, it's your turn. He can only be defeated on a critical hit. So if you have any ranged touch attacks,
Uh-huh. my issue is that my crit range is not very good, so it might be a little hard for me.
All right.
But tell you what I can do. First, I can cure my boy Olivier, and I will.
I assume Wilfred's aware that Skartek's inside of him?
I think I'm aware. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw this at you again.
Thank you.
Ooh.
How is Drust responding to all of this?
Ew.
No, Drust is like,
He's not even yelling about my impudence.
no, he's
And how Daddy will hear about this.
he's like, no, he's when he gets mad, he just blindly, furiously just does his will and won't, and he doesn't explain or anything. He just keeps going until everybody's dead.
Oh, okay.
Dang it. Man, it's always after I cast the spell that I remember.
Are you cheesing that his limit break's on a timer?
Who's what?
Are you cheesing that his limit break is on a timer?
No, he just got like way a lot of rounds of it.
He's a CR9.
I know, but like he's got boss things, and his ability is running out really soon. The half damage thing, because actually it ran out this round because he doesn't need it anymore.
All right.
And he's like one round into his other one.
All right, I'm gonna need myself to remember things the next time I cast a friggin' cure spell. You know what? As a first action, I will give you fast healing 3.
That's also cool.
I think I give you fast healing equal to the level for a duration of 1 plus 7. So like for the next 8 rounds or something like that.
Cool.
You have fast healing 3.
Cool.
I use that as a swift action.
It's going to be
The
really helpful as I just wail on this man.
Mage talent healing spell. Alright, there you go. That will be my turn.
Okay. Blah blah blah. See.
Rob, I really like this gross man that you've created.
Well, I learned from the best.
Wes, when did you teach him?
I'm talking about
What?
you goof.
Eee.
Listen, it was like my 5th or 6th game, and you brought in fucking Faust.
Vec. Oh.
No, you brought in Faust, and then I just learned what munchkining was, and I was like, wow.
Faust was hardly even munchkin.
I don't want to hear shit about how he wasn't
Faust?
munchkin.
Faust himself was made of paper. It was his dead wife. That was the problem. Because Tim just kept saying yes.
But yes, also Vec.
All right. I'm almost ready to go. I'm just trying to think of what I should finish. Do this turn with. It's an important turn. I need to be careful because I kind of want to do damage. Where the damn spell's at? All right, I'm just gonna look at the spells real quick. All right. Here we go. All right. This is actually effect of his sword. It breaks his sword to do this.
Cool.
So
I'm hyped. Let's see that big sword break.
all right. And I'm just and he doesn't like attack with the sword. It's a touch. He just basically like pokes you with the sword and it blows up.
Okay.
It's a fortitude save.
Is there an attack roll involved?
Yeah, it's a touch.
Oh, okay.
And he's got adds his charisma bonus to the roll. So.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't work.
Oh, what do you have? Something up?
Did he roll a 20?
Oh no, it's yeah, it doesn't work because you're a paladin.
Doesn't
ability,
work.
right?
No, because of perfect parry, he has to roll a 20, or nothing hits.
I forgot about that, and I only.
So does his sword explode on my sword?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Perfect.
You shatter a sword.
Amazing.
All right.
That's why I was just kind of like, oh, cool. He's got his invincible thing. Yeah, give me like one round, and I'll have my invincible thing.
All right.
That would have been a bitch of a save, though.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's a hell of an ability.
Yeah, it's just disintegrate.
Basically.
Take 2 damage from his aura.
Ooh.
The damn salt.
No, it's funny. It's like it's great. It's like I have to
I don't
say,
know
like,
if
that was,
I don't
that
know
was
if
awesome.
it's salt. It's more resignation.
That was pretty awesome right there.
Stated I perfect parry. Alright. Can I go back to slapping this fool?
It's your turn. If he doesn't have anything else he can do.
Alright.
Well, you still got 50% miss chance, and
It's true.
you have to hit him on a crit.
It's
so
okay, let me see what rapid attack do. Oh, that's booty. That doesn't do what I hoped it would do.
I'm just gonna roll a d6 on the 50%, or a d4, 1 and 2.
That's
Hit.
fair.
Okay, how many hits he's gonna come in at?
It depends.
All right,
Am I gonna crit?
3.
3 attacks. So I'm gonna roll 3d4 then.
Well, he can
So
make.
Alright, I need you to re-roll numbers 1 and 3.
why?
Because I have
Oh,
blind
this
fight.
chance?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So the second number 2 hits, and so
And now we re-roll number 1.
1 and 3.
All right.
Both of those still miss.
Poopy.
Oh well. That's my boy.
That's the one that hits!
Yeah, it's like darkness is like getting in Oliver's face, and he can't push through it. But like, Oliver, like Skartek's having a little bit of difficulty getting through the darkness. Finally, Oliver puts his own eyes into the fight and lets Skartek see through the darkness. And like when Skartek falls out of Oliver's stumbling backwards, and he like falls on his butt right near Wilfred. And when you look up, Save the Queen is like sticking out of the chest of Sir Druce, and he's just looking at you. And then he like looks at the hilt of his broken sword and just kind of like throws it on the ground at your feet, turns around, walks a few feet, and then just falls over with a sword in him.
Beautiful. You did it, Rob. You lived.
Olivier,
You've already irreversibly fucked up history.
Olivier, what has happened? What has transpired? You boy. I never intended to leave this place. Boy, why aren't
Yeah.
you looking at me? What's
I-
wrong with you?
I am.
He goes, but by light, that power. How did you do that? What came over me? What is this? What devilry is this?
Magic.
And you're seeing Oliver for the first time, and he's you. You're looking at Wilfred,
It's really weird.
and you're looking at Oliver and Wilfred. He says, what do I do? Have I betrayed my...
If you ask
says,
me, the king's not worth protecting.
I protect my land. I protected my lands, and I sided with the king to protect the lands. No longer.
Well, what are you going to do now then?
This weirdly verbose fucking 6-year-old just positing the philosophical questions to this paladin.
He gets that. He says, I know not who thou art, but you speak strangely. You are not the child I thought. There is something else at work here, and I am awed to be in his presence. He lays down his sword and says, does this be the return of the gods?
In a way, I both am and am not child you see in front of me.
I shall carry on and serve the light inside of you again. If the gods have returned, the paladins have a purpose.
And what is your purpose? Tell me.
The purpose of the paladins is to, I guess, protect the light. Very specifically from the darkness that we have in a box. Like, the paladins... And the paladins are the knights of the land of Fable, who long ago captured darkness in a box, and they guard against it. And they were given the power of light by the gods to do it. But by the time the king rolled around, they'd long since, the gods, he beat them, and so the paladins just joined. And the Dark Knights came about when they got into that box and found the darkness crystal in it.
Hmm.
And he says, keep in mind, in the other timeline, the paladins were destroyed by the Dark Knights, when the Dark Knights just decided they were going to quit dealing with the paladins, period. And they killed most of the monks, and they killed like a lot of the karate people and stuff. And
Right.
yeah, and they, but now Oldir says, I'm going to take Druce here, and I'm going to lock that thing, and I'm going to make sure nobody ever gets out again. He says, I swear I will guard it, and I will seal your father inside in his Pendragon. And
Well
he
said.
walks over and and picks up something I dropped on the ground, and he puts it on and says, I think, or where's it? Hold on. He picks up an object off the ground, dons it. If I can open it right.
The emblem of chivalry.
Where is it? Yeah, he picks up and goes, I don't want to lose this. That could be awkward.
You sure don't.
And he takes it and he walks away. And when he gets a sufficient distance away from you, he pulls out this horn and goes, "Brrrr." And you see dust clouds start rising over like to the south of you, and you know there's Choco riders en route. He summoned other paladins here, to collect Droost and to entomb him. So this is the day that Wilfred Dion died and was born again. So Wilfred,
Yes.
it's not as easy to manipulate time as you think, especially when you don't know how to keep track of it. So here's the deal. You won't be able to really start keeping track. Like, you know, basically the campaign itself is the only time that's close enough for you to like get in sync, right?
Mm-hmm.
And any changes you affect then could have affected your, you know, the outcome of the quest. So you have to be careful about that. But
I have to repeat
but
my
here's
life as it was over again, minus being dead.
Well,
is
but
what
here's
you're
the
saying.
thing: you're alive now. You're in yourself,
Yes.
and you have a lifetime before you have to be responsible. And here's the thing: like, Josephi won't be in Esclados this time. There won't be Josephi this time. Malador is the hero. The story starts at the siege of Fort Deist, and for some reason, you're going to be there.
Yes. I meant to.
I mean, and keep in mind, getting fancy ideas like stopping Guinevere from killing a dragon might be possible, but also, I mean, ultimately, your goal is to get the crystals, right? But I would like to be able to say is what the game was largely the same. That's why I was going to suggest that Wilfred, as he aged, suppressed his white mage levels, and gained
I can't show myself to be too powerful.
Well, it's like you can't. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like Gandalf forgetting all his badass stuff, and then he fought the Balrog and remembered it.
Basically.
Do you know what a Gestalt character is?
It's
You're straight up making him Gestalt? Fuck!
where you get basically two classes at the same time and they level up at the same time.
And you take the better of each. So like the better saves, the better BAB.
You're a paladin
better
white
you
mage.
die.
You're a paladin
Oh.
white mage,
Fuck!
Beautiful.
and you yeah. Oh, and yeah, you spent some time training with the paladins, right? So you have a different piece of equipment when you get back. I just need to stat it up. Where is it? The rod? What is it?
Rob, you're cool now. No
Um,
longer do you just fling spells with reckless abandon that destroy stuff. Now
Okay.
sometimes you pick up a sword.
I need to get a thing.
So-
Mhm.
I gotta ask, because apparently I missed this.
What?
When did Wilfred realize that he was just Levere?
No, I'm me.
Yeah, but
no,
like-
no, after the Josephi thing happened, he like I was explaining how the other people's basically it's like Olivier just wasn't an Esper.
He. So you just ran that by Rob at some point?
Well, no, it's just like it everybody was you know, the way Giuseppe was acting was enough to cause Atlantes to feel nervous. Olivier, you know, didn't. No, it was because Olivier was the opposite. I pointed it out to Rob. Basically, Esclados is typical Christian. Atlantes is typical Terry. Wilfred is typical, or Olivier. I don't remember what it was. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. It's yeah. Olivier is like not typically Rob. Typical Rob is reckless and warrior type, right? But Olivier is really safe and cautious. And I was explaining that like that Olivier wasn't like him. And I just said, well, that's because Olivier's not an Esper.
Wes explained it to me like because I mentioned that I don't really do like I don't really theory craft or like get into a conspiracy about like what my characters. I just wait and find out because I trust my DM to present me with things. It's just that he had already told me everything I needed to know, and I just didn't put the pieces together. So Wes just continued to tell me things
until he got it.
Until I put it together myself.
Like who his father was.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh yeah, you just dropped the bomb before, Robert." And I'm like, "What? What did you just say?" "My father tried to kill me." "Yeah, who killed you?" "Oh god, my dad's Darth Vader."
Yeah.
Is basically what happened.
All right. I need to make new stats for this. Let's see, a rod is one-handed, so.
Or well, there goes our rad fucking monk white mage. Now you're just a paladin.
Not necessarily. I thought I had stats on this, but I just didn't. But I'll have in a second. God damn it. All right. You spent some time with the paladins. I don't need you to go over and tell your life again, because it's still the same game and it's still the same story, and it didn't not happen.
It's just everything sans Joseph.
Yeah, but that is weird to say it that way.
Sans Sephi.
Right? Where's the file download to?
She's not feeling her Sephi.
Yeah, right? Art?
So,
now it goes.
So, Christian, are you like sort of co-DM at this point, or what's?
I'm a conspirator.
It's easier to basically. Christian was getting more like excited, just knowing the story and being able to integrate within it. I figured it'd be better to have him help me with it. Like, and so
you can feed me lines. You can feed me lines. Yeah, no, kicks ass. Fuck my player agency. I don't need it. I mean, I want it to a point, but also, yeah.
So Christian's he doesn't know the overall story. I just let him in on enough that
I know what pertains to me.
Yeah, I let him in on his own plot arc so he can.
And
so he can
I love it.
Dude, it's pretty awesome and insane.
Also, since Wilfred's in the know, whenever Terry asks about Josephi, just act like she never, just like to Terry the player. Just be like, who?
All right, you ready for this, Rob? The end of the session.
Yes.
I want you to look at the screen carefully.
Oh, there are sprites there.
This is the party when you go back to Brigadoon. This time when you went to Brigadoon. This time when you went to Brigadoon, you were there to get the water crystal, and Guinevere was there. You caught Guinevere there already. So now Guinevere and Fulmar stand between you and the crystal of water. But this is your party now.
Thea Ray never died, Rob. Josephi never sought out Red Majory. You okay there, bud?
Yeah.
But that was the biggest twist in the entire game. It's, a lot of Final Fantasies, you go to a different world or something, and Final Fantasy 6, the world got destroyed, and this one, the worst case scenario did happen. I just let you guys think it didn't for a while, so I could, when it did, you didn't, was that the bad ending? That was always going to happen. It's just whether or not, or whether who disappeared with it. Like Escaros could have stayed with you longer, and betrayed you later. I mean, he just betrayed you now because the way it worked, but he would have betrayed you later.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Rob. We got the shiny black mage again. So she can be Aqua stuff, and I get to say pip pip cheerio all the time.
Yeah, Malador's the main character for Chapter 3. At least.
And now we've got our cool reworked Mally.
Yeah.
And I guess Aldrich at some point.
And that explains why Mally was redone. All right, here's a basically the trials of the Dragoon or something that happened. Malador was compelled to help because basically she had to get over her grief to protect the rest of you because there was no Josephi doing it this time. And one of the things you guys did do that you didn't do last time was I'm gonna do a separate timeline thing for the memory section, but for now I'll just show you this in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this time, see, one of the Trials of Dragoon is the 100. This time around, you guys just killed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so you got it's the treasure for killing it, right? And it's and eventually
There's enough eggs to give to Eggman.
Yeah, right. You guys are gonna lose your mind when you see ridiculous storyline. You're gonna be like, no. It's not that one. It's where is it? Oh yeah, this is right. Here you go. You find that in the stomach of the Archaeoavis.
Ooh.
And instead of Ifrit, you guys do not encounter Ifrit. Instead,
Ooh.
you guys defeat the Archaeoavis and
Fight Sylph.
Yep.
Or find Sylph.
And Malador responds with him well. And she doesn't know she could summon him until after the fight with Guinevere, right? Or I guess during the fight with Guinevere, she summons Rydolon. And it just about kills her to stop. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll find out.
It ultimately
Next
doesn't
time.
matter. It ultimately doesn't matter because, it doesn't matter. I don't want to still effective. You guys still whooped up Gallius the Questor again.
No, just beat the shit out of him.
Beat the
As
shit out of
someone
Gallius
else.
again. Oh, the Bog connection. Actually, no. Okay. The thing about Guinevere and Gallius, right, was they went and did that again, even though they remember their last time, because they didn't process that it was you. They had no idea you guys are gonna, be affected like they were. So that threw the fight off a bit. Guinevere still got her dragon, but she didn't get to take it with her. And it died and gave you the crystal. But Guinevere ran away this time because, oh my god, what's the deal? I've done this before. And Bagdamagus was nowhere to be found. He did not unite with you guys to fight the Octomammoth. he definitely would have remembered you. But whether or not that would have affected how he acted, I can't say, because he didn't even seem that mad at you. The big noticeable difference is you don't have Ifrit, you do have Sylphs.
Theo never died.
Yeah. Atlantes hasn't showed back up again. Didn't show back up again until you guys went to home. And Atlantes was like, yeah. You're always talking about Petra's like never mentioned her dad, but it's just some guy.
Mm-hmm.
It is another of the a deification. It's Atlantes. He's like, hey, I'm human now. I'm human this time. I was a robot once.
Oh.
Yep.
And in this parallel universe, Tweet is voiced by Gilbert Godfrey.
Mm-hmm. But like usually, Atlantes he always finds Petra somewhere along, as because Petra tends to wander. But like last time was his favorite because for the first time they were doing something that was important, and it reminded him that like maybe he should have some responsibility being sort of a demigod.
So Rob, how does it feel being the new main character? Because you're a fucking god.
Yeah, Rob, how do you feel? Did we do good?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what happens with being, I didn't tell Kristen everything was going to happen today because I wanted, but like, so the way it went down, he could see, like, based off my notes, but like, dude, the fucking shattering the sword and blocking a thing, perfection. And this is how, like, I told you Wilfred was important. It's because Wilfred is the only character who would have been capable of seeing the world in the state it really is, which isn't the way it was. It's a fourth dimensional thing. It's like, and Esclados, like, it was very dangerous to mouth off to Esclados there, but Esclados honestly, like doesn't want to devote. It's just like he just wants what he wants. He doesn't want to like work for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just took the supple body of a 11th level. It's like, yep, I'm gonna go around this.
Well, no, it's like they're gonna make a bunch of knights specifically to protect the crystal from me. I'll show them. I'll join the knights. And that's what he did.
The real question is, how did they not notice initially?
Because they didn't know what to look for. The Red Knight was the Red Knight was the problem, and like
they've never known it by the name of Esclados.
No,
okay.
like Fulmar. The only time Fulmar encountered Esclados was when Esclados was the Knight of the Round, which happened on in the first one he was the Red Knight, and on some subsequent one he finally got to where he could defeat the king, and that was this one actually, or the last one, and after that he turned into an Esper, but he couldn't. He wanted to reset the world, and his plan was just chaotic and angry. Point being is like the king was like ready for him, and he can't help the feeling that the king let him like wound him for a purpose. But he didn't get to find out what happened because he body, and so like basically he couldn't stand waiting, and so he stole a kid.
Like you do when you're getting impatient. Just steal a kid.
Well, it's more like the kid stole himself. The kid wasn't hard to influence because like at that point that kid was like, he found her eating a whole adult turtle or something, She's like 4 and beating the shit out of stuff. Like when you see a little girl in the woods punching trees, he's like, that's a strong host, and I can spend my whole life making her think she's a hero. And then she'll be a perfect body. And then I can go get the king again. Instead of, for a while he was trying to, because he had Ifrit on him the whole time, and while he was trying to put the idea in her head to summon himself like Ifrit, and but what she did was she basically just summoned, what Esclados had set up, and he didn't.
I mean, there was a point where I was talking to Wes about fucking having Esclados be my stand.
Mm-hmm. And all this was like, and all the stuff he was talking to me was he was actually, was Giuseppe and Esclados fantasizing about all their power together. Yeah, I mean, you understand, Rob, that Esclados has been manipulating Christian for a year. Like that's what he had to deal with. Like, all of his visions, he had all these dreams about all the powerful things they would go on to do that were cool and exciting. But Esclados is a bad guy. And Giuseppe can now pit herself against Esclados and see who's really strongest. Like, you have no idea what I mean by that. But it'll be good. So, are you happy? Was this a good thing? This soul session was for Rob.
Well, thanks.
It's your time to shine, big boy.
Yep.
The next time it's all
I guess
Cheerios and sticky wickets.
I guess I have a character to rebuild, apparently.
Yep, you have homework now.
I'm
Rob, you're a full BAB character now.
Yeah. Well, and
I sure
with Christian assisting me in monster production, and I'm probably going to use as many of the regular monsters as we can out of the thing. But like when it comes to special monsters, I'll need help, because like Guinevere is like, God, my attention span doesn't want to do that.
Do you want me to? What badass thing do you want me to make?
Well, I was thinking about we just take a tough monster. It's like making a high level characters never seems to work right.
No, it's so much fun.
Well, if you want to do that, that's fine.
I can definitely do that. Just tell me the class.
Well, she's a holy swordsman. So.
I also have a certain warrior monk to make. And get around to that.
You don't have to do him if you don't want now, but you can.
Who's the warrior monk?
I was gonna run an Aldrich thing, and I was gonna put him in the 5 years ago. Aldrich and Deuceroy and some other fucking dude. Do you still want that guy, Rob, for the purposes I told you about? If so, absolutely.
Oh, so she's a fucking sword saint, holy knight. Got it. Easy peasy.
Yeah, it's her equipment that I'll do.
Okay.
But, basically, the idea is she flies around and hits you with fucking ranged touch attacks from her holy sword all the time. She has auto haste and auto regen, auto fly.
Sounds like some hacks.
Yeah, I can do this.
She never stops moving, and she tries to line up as many targets as she can. She goes for soft targets first. So, like,